Hello, everybody.
Hey.
We're here with Angel, and we have some questions for her and her two twins. And even if you don't have twins, we'll give you some advice on how to take care of two babies, right?
Yes.
Scary.
Yes. It is. Very.
All right, let's get started. Our first Twitter question comes from @PaigeRiceman. Does Marcus get along with the twins, or does he sometimes get jealous?
I would say yes to both.
Okay.
He doesn't get jealous in like a like I'm gonna tantrum out or anything like that type of way.
Right.
But sometimes he really just wants to snuggle with me and just be up in my lap. So it's not so much that he's just like, why are the babies getting to do it?
Right.
But sometimes he wants to do what he used to be able to do with
Exactly.
me. Yeah. So he used to be able to get in our bed at night anytime he felt like it, and now it's just like, boy, you better walk yourself back down that hallway and get into your race car bed. So I even had to, literally this week I had to bribe him to do something, and I was like, if you do this and you stay focused on Friday night, you can come lay in the bed with us. And he was so elated. So little things like that I know make him just kind of like a little jealous because the twins now get to do that. But he loves his baby brothers. Like, oh, he'll talk to them. He was on a recent vlog I did, he was trying to teach them how to play the Disney Infinity. He had the remote control in front of them. It was like, the green button is for you.
Oh my gosh.
I was like, oh,
That's
this is so cute. And he doesn't get frustrated when they cry. Like, I was afraid he would be like, oh gosh, will the baby be quiet?
Right.
Doesn't bother him at all.
Oh, that's awesome.
He'll be like, Mommy, I think the baby wants to be out of the car seat, or the baby wants to be home, or such and such. So yeah, he gets along. He loves them, wants to kiss on them and touch them. We let him like, if one person has one of the babies on one couch and I have them on the other, I'll sometimes give him permission to get the baby and bring the baby to me.
Oh, yeah.
So it can only be, it's like only a couple of steps.
Yeah.
It's like maybe 7 steps. But he's really good. We showed him, how to hold the baby underneath their bottom and then hold their back so he holds them like this to carry him. One time his father was going to just get the baby, and little Marcus was like, and I was like, little Marcus wants to do it. He was like, oh, okay. And so he got the baby and brought the baby on over to me. So like little things like that, he absolutely loves to do with his brothers.
Such a good big brother. I know that's always a transition when they move. He had to move from being the youngest, the baby, to being, now he's the oldest of 3.
Yes.
That's got to be a hard transition. But.
Yes. Yeah, but he's so proud to be a big brother. Like he's proud to call them his. One little girl, was a 3-year-old, got confused. Her mother's pregnant with twin boys as well.
Oh, okay.
And he was like, these are my brothers. And I think he thought she was saying, no, those were her brothers. And he was hot with her. He came up to me, he said, Mommy, she said those are her. And they're I said, Marcus, she's 3. She's a little confused. They are yours. He was like, okay.
Oh, that's awesome.
Yeah,
He's going to be such a great big brother.
I think so too. I do.
Our next question comes from Ruth Dancer 1D. What's been the most exciting / heartwarming moment with the twins so far?
Oh my goodness, Ruth.
It's got to be like 1,100,000.
I know, Ruth. That is so difficult for me to come up with. I guess heartwarming would be the first time they both saw each other.
Oh yeah, I didn't even think of that.
Yeah, it for the longest they didn't know the other one existed at all. And sometimes,
what are you doing here?
Wait a minute, hey, yeah. And sometimes now they ignore each other. But when we first got them to actually lock eyes and see each other, that was so cute. And we made them give each other kisses. It was just sweet to know, okay, now you know there's someone right here with you. And like I said, sometimes Sai, when his brother's either talking or crying, if Kai is talking or crying, Sai will just laugh. He'll think it's funny, and I'll be like, he'll be like, "This is amazing, whatever you're doing right now." Yeah. So I love it. I love when I just saw that. Okay, you acknowledge that somebody else is here, and then also seeing them just acknowledge, like the dogs. They now see the dogs. Like I'll see them track the dog. Like if the dogs run outside, they'll see. So things like that, but especially when they saw each other, I was just like, oh, the other one's here. So yeah, that was sweet. That was definitely a heartwarming
I didn't even think about that, but that's got to be an amazing thing to watch them become brothers, but they're the same.
Yeah.
Growing up together. I'm excited. So many more fun moments coming, I can tell. Our last Twitter question comes from Panson. What do you do if you're alone and one needs to be fed and the other needs to be changed and they are both crying? That sounds like a nightmare.
At home, it's not a problem. At home, go ahead and have a fit. You're just going to have to wait until I can get to you.
Right.
Now, out in public, they can definitely make me sweat when they want to make me sweat. They can. But, I just try to breathe and be calm. Usually, like, it's more so a hassle if both of them need to be fed. Need to be changed, that's a loose term. You need to be changed when I get to you to change you. But like when they both need to be fed and I'm not in a place where I can sit down and hold both of them, or I'm in a place where I know if the wrap comes off, people are going to be like there's certain places where I'm just like, oh, if you saw a little bit of my breast, it's okay. But there are other places where it's just like, I think everybody here might have a heart attack. So in those instances, I just try to remain calm. It's it's okay. If one has to cry for a little bit, it's all right. The end of the world is not actually upon us. But I try to find a place to sit down. As long as if I'm seated, even if it's in the floor, I can handle both babies. It's standing up and trying to handle them because now they move around a lot. So trying to keep them stable and not let them throw themselves into the floor. But again, I was in the nail salon getting ready to get my eyebrows waxed for the mom's view so I wouldn't have a unibrow. And
we like unibrows. Just come the way you are.
And they did fine when I got my toes done, but then when I went to go get waxed, they both started crying. And I was just like,
don't do it. We love your eyebrows.
We love them. It's something for us to grab a hold to. And one of the women who worked there just held one of the babies.
Oh, well.
I was like, all right, just don't run off with them.
It takes a village.
Yes, it does. So I am a lot more accepting of help.
Yeah.
I mean, I don't
do you
accept
feel like that's
any
been
help.
hard, or do you feel like?
Yeah, because I feel like a lot of people are crazy, and if I don't know you, if I haven't had a rapport with you, I don't really like people to touch my kids that I don't know. And people are very willing to touch. It's funny, people will ask you if it's okay to pet your dog, but they will touch your kids.
They won't ask you.
They'll just be like, yeah. So if push comes to shove, I'm more than willing to be like, please help me, please. You work here. Help me, please, right now. But for the most part, like I said, if I can find a place, I think with multiples, the closer you can get yourself to the floor in a seated position, you can handle anything. Because then you don't have to worry about dropping them. You have like a place, you have your lap now where you can put one and you can hold the other. Where when you're standing, you have to use both arms. So that's typically, if they're having a meltdown, I'm looking for a place where I can sit down so that I can handle both of them at the same time.
That's really simple, good advice
Thank
right
you.
there. Get to the floor. Get close to the floor.
Get as close to the floor as possible. So if one rolls, they don't have a fall, a long fall if they actually do fall. But yeah, I just try to get as low to the floor as possible. Then I can handle them easily. Yeah.
Right. You are amazing. Seriously. I could pick your brain for hours.
It says the woman with 5 children, whatever. I'm just at 3, I'm staying there.
This stage, I think, with 2 in these hardest stages, it's just a challenge. Like, I can't wait to hear about the adventures and the mishaps with crawling and like walking. And I can only imagine like you saying how they noticed each other for the first time when they start like walking together and like they're trying to crawl and they're pushing each other.
I know.
It's going to be exciting.
It is. I'm going to eat it up. I already know. I'm going to eat it up and cry at the same time. It's going to be great.
And I'm sure that they'll hit those stages at different times.
Yeah.
And it's going to be an adventure. And we're excited to be along for the ride.
Thank you. I'm enjoying the ride and sharing it with people. Yeah.
Yes, we're excited. Thank you.
Thank you.
All right, that's it for this episode. Thank you guys, and thank you, Angel, for being here.
Thank you so much for having me.
being a part of this now. I'm excited. I'm so excited. It's going to be so fun. Thank you for your Twitter questions. Keep them coming. Next month, we will answer more on the Mom Suit and Maker TV. And as always, like, share, comment, subscribe to the Mom Suit, and we'll see you next time. Bye.
Bye-bye.